Hiya Toots. We are going to make akadama today. Well, we're going to try to make akadama. I've never made it before, so it's going to be a first time for me. I've watched a couple videos and it looks like so much fun, so I want to give it a shot. Welcome to the chaos. If you're new here, I am Talon from RootedChaos. I also own Thrive Theory Plant Shop. And if you are not new here, thank you so much for coming back to the chaos. So for this akadama, I'm going to use this ficus. It's a taniki, and it is one that I have been training with bonsai wire. If you can see it, I'm not sure if you can see, you probably can. You can see a big wire sticking up off of it. But this is what I have going on here. I've cleaned off the roots some, and we are going to try to do this. So first I have some soil. It's not soil, it's a cocoa coir, perlite, and akadama mixed together. Everything I use is linked in my Amazon storefront. If you guys want to go check it out or just see what I'm using, you can find it there. I may or may not make a small commission off of it. Just be advised, it does not cost you anything. So here we have cocoa coir, akadama, and perlite combo, and I have wet it down with my rooting solution here. I'm gonna wet it down just a little bit more because I think we need it to be kind of muddy. And then over here, I have a bowl of sphagnum moss. And then I also have some sheet moss for the outside. So I guess I'll put the sheet moss down first. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. So, ooh, this is messy. All right, so I'm gonna set this down first, just because I'm not sure. Also, we have some fishing line. I should get some scissors. Let me grab some scissors. I just turned off one of the lights because it was pretty bright, and I just don't think we need all that. Okay, so I'm gonna pick the stems that I'm seeing on the sheet moss off because I don't think I'm supposed to leave them here. I'm gonna get some of this sphagnum moss and put that down because I gotta ball that around it. I don't know, maybe I don't need that just yet. I guess first what I need to do is make a ball of this soil-less soil combination over top of my roots. So I'm gonna try to do this as neat as I can. None of this is this isn't easy. They make it look so easy on the internet. Wait, I am on the internet, huh? Well, I'm here to tell ya it's a mess, sister, brother. I don't know if I'm doing this right. So I'm gonna make a big ball of this with my roots, and then I'm gonna wrap the sphagnum moss around this, and then I'm gonna put the sheet moss over that. That's the goal anyway, if I can do this without making a terrible mess. Okay, I need to cover all the roots with this so I have everything inside. Everything. I need to borrow. Can I borrow your hands? I need a little more here. All right, so there's that. Now I need to cover it with sphagnum moss. So I have the soil-less soil. It's not soil. It's not soil at all. It's cocoa coir. And now I'm gonna put the sphagnum moss all around it, and I'm going to try not to drop it. Oh, this is not going to be easy. I'm not sure how I'm going to do all this. Okay, let's try this. Let me set it down. Let me try that. Oh, this is not easy. Let me try to just lay it where I want it first. And then I'll try wrapping it with the fishing line. All right, so I have the sphagnum moss all around this side. Squish. Let me try to turn it and see if I can get it on this side. All right, now I'm gonna try to wrap some fishing line around it to hold it in place, and then maybe I'll just have to add as I go. Maybe that's the plan here. Let's see. Have you guys ever seen akadama be made before? Or have you ever made one yourself? Am I just not doing this right? I watched videos. I swear I did. All right, let's see here. Maybe I'm trying to add too much at one time. Maybe I need to slowly be adding it. Let's get it wrapped up. Holy Moses. All right. Let's wrap the fishing line around and around. Try to anchor this moss. Maybe I should have done a test one before I decided to do this on the internet. Well, it wouldn't be the chaos then, would it? I love making a mess. Let's see. I'm trying not to cover these bottom leaves up too much. All right, we're starting to form up a little better here. I don't know how much of this fishing line I'm supposed to be using. Maybe I'm just supposed to use enough to like keep it intact. We'll see. Feel like that's gonna be a lot. If you guys have ever made one of these before, tell me in the comments. This is not new. This is like a Japanese, I think, way that they do it over there. And I'm just looking for new ways to style some of my plants and thought, let me try something new. Let me try to make a kokedama. So I got all the supplies that I needed from Amazon, and here I am, giving it a whirl. I did get long form sphagnum moss because it's easier to work with when you're trying to keep things intact like this. So there's my moss ball. Can you see? There's my little ball, my little bally ball. And now I'm supposed to put the sheet moss over top of this, and yeah. How's this gonna work? More fishing line, that's for sure. All right, let's give it a whirl. I really wish this was easier. This fishing line was easier to work with because it's really tight. Am I supposed to? Maybe I'm supposed to take this apart. Wow, what do you know? I'm a super genius. Actually, the fact that it was tight in there was good in the beginning because I needed it to be, and I may still need it to be. I don't know. All right, so I'm just gonna try to wrap this sheet moss on here. And I'm making it sort of tight. I'm gonna have to add some to the other side because what I had, or that one little sheet, was not enough. So let's put this piece over here and wrap some more. Does this look like fun yet? Definitely messy. So now I'm covering the top and the sides, but it's not covering the bottom. I'm gonna add another little piece so it covers the bottom part too. The one pack, I bought a pack of the sheet moss, and one pack is enough. I probably could make another small one too if I really wanted to. And you just wrap and wrap and wrap till you have it on there nice and secure. You could use cotton string. Also, I've seen people use like a cotton thread, like a green color, and I guess that matches. I don't know what kind of sheet moss those people are using, but mine is not lush and green. I did buy live moss though, live sheet moss, because I thought live would look better than, well, I just don't know. I don't know what like imitation sheet moss would do, if it would be like disruptive because it's imitation. Like I didn't want it to get smothered or anything, so I bought live. This is starting to come together, at least in a spherical shape. I don't know if I'm putting too much twine on here or too much fishing wire. Just fishing line. Oh, that brings me to another point. I've also seen people do it with like a bonsai wire, like a thin bonsai wire. So that's also something. I guess it doesn't really matter as long as whatever you're using is gonna stay and like keep it there without snapping or degrading and falling apart, because you don't want that to happen. So here we go. I'm almost done, I think. Then I have to find a way to tie it off. Let me cut it. You guys can't see this, but I have so much moss in my lap. I'm just gonna tuck this fishing wire end underneath and pull it through, and then tie it off that way. I tucked it under that side. Now I'm gonna find one to tuck it under this side. Let me just pull it through, tie it off, and here we go. One Kokedama. And it's pretty wet in there right now. I'm gonna spray down the outside of it. But the way that you water these is you can mist it down every now and then so it just kind of stays moist. And then when you're ready to fully water it, you just submerge it into a bowl of, submerge it into a bowl of water until it, absorbs what it needs to absorb, and then just kind of squeeze it out a little bit, and then you're good to go. I can feel the moisture coming through the bottom, but I do not. Around the edges, it's still pretty dry because my sheet moss was super dry. Also, you can kind of give a haircut to the outside of it so it's shaped the way you want it to be shaped. I didn't cut much off. Just be careful, don't cut your fishing line, or all that was for nothing. So here we go. Here is my Ficus Taniki Kokedama. I'm quite proud of myself. This is a pretty large ball I did here, but my roots were pretty big. I don't know what size it's supposed to be. Maybe I should have used a smaller plant. I don't know, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna get some wire snips and snip off this piece of wire. I left it so I could continue to wind it, but I think I've traumatized it enough. I don't think I'm gonna continue to wind it anymore. So here is my Kokedama. If you've made a Kokedama or you plan to make a Kokedama, leave me pictures, or if you have any suggestions for my future self and I do it again, leave me some comments and tell me what you think. If you've done it before, tell me where I went wrong. Hopefully this is a success. We will check back in at another time and see how it is going, if it's thriving or if it's a chaotic failure. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Until next time, bye.